us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
How many of you have so much peace in your life that there isn't room for more? I've asked that as a therapist, as an educator, as a speaker. I've asked that question to thousands of people, and nobody has ever raised their hand. Well, except for one dude. He rose his hand. He's like, yeah, dude, I totally have so much peace in my life. I don't have room for more. And I think he was high. Because nobody else raises their hand, and it's easy to understand why. What the world is in turmoil. And what is it that prevents us from having more peace and joy and love in our lives? Well, it's a 4-letter word that I am allowed to say in a TED Talk. Pain. And the world is in turmoil. Wars, rumors of wars, political backstabbing, environmental concerns, healthcare shortages, epidemics around the world, families falling apart, mental health concerns. Every 29 minutes in the United States, somebody completes suicide or dies of an overdose. So it's not very hard to look very far to see that there is a lot of pain in this world. And among all of that pain, all of the different things that I've mentioned, and so many more, there is something that even causes more pain. As humans, we are wired for connection. Neurologically, biologically, socially, spiritually, energetically, we are wired to be connected. And when something happens that breaks those connections or damages those relationships, that can cause some of the most excruciating pain that we have ever felt in our lives. I call that kind of pain, those kind of wounds, attachment wounds. And there are 6 of them: loss, neglect, rejection, abandonment, betrayal, and abuse. And when these things happen to us, they get stuck in our bodies, and they are trauma experiences that sometimes never heal. And they're like sunburns. How many of you have ever gone to the beach and you forgot to put sunblock on? And so you are beet red. But you have to go to work the next day. You still have a life to live. You have things to do. And so the next morning you wake up and you take some ibuprofen to help numb the pain, and then you gingerly put your clothes on because it is recommended that you wear clothes to work. And then you walk into the building and you have this invisible wall up. You're like, don't you touch me. Don't you come anywhere near me. I do not want you to touch my son.
Man, we doing it tonight. This is the second hour of the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. I'm turned up. You know why I'm turned up? Because I'm in fight or flight mode right now. You know, before I walked into the studio, which is my space of homeostasis,
I was outside praying and yelling to God and talking to God. I'm in my flight or fight. I'm in my sympathetic nervous system mode, right? Because I'm trying to understand my life. I'm trying to understand who I am. I'm trying to understand, what's left of me. Do you understand? So don't take all of this exuberance and all of this energy as, oh yeah, Zoe's got it all together, because he doesn't. I don't. I come in here and I revealed the truth about what's happening with me. Can I be transparent with you? I'm not very happy right now. But I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I'm trying to make it back to my parasympathetic system. The sympathetic system, the sympathetic nervous system, is the part of your body that gets you ready to fight that lion when you were at the zoo and they forgot to close the gate. And that lion and that tiger walk out. It is your sympathetic nervous system that goes, oh, Lord, I got to fight like, you understand? But after surviving something like that, you can't stay in that heightened sense of alertness. So God gave you a parasympathetic nervous system that returns your body to a space of homeostasis. And I thought that this was a beautiful metaphor, right? How the body goes from fight or flight back to a space of balance and calm. And I saw the correlation between relationships. And I said, that is a topic. We should do that tonight. How do individuals and couples navigate the process of regaining emotional equilibrium and harmony in relationships? Akin to the body's transit from stress activation to relaxation through the sympathetic and parasympathetic continuum. How does that happen? In what ways do relationships mirror the psychological mechanisms, the physiological mechanisms of the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems in seeking emotional equilibrium and stability post-stressful experiences? See, you got to go through it. There is no relationship on planet Earth that is devoid of challenges, of upsets, of hurts, of dissatisfaction, of disillusionment, of disappointment. There are no relationships that are free of that. And when we're in those spaces, I believe you draw on love. That's what I believe. You draw on love. Can I say it another way? You got no business, other than learning about yourself, being in a relationship with somebody you don't love. Can I say it that way? See, sometimes relationships are just that. As Sigmund Freud would say, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. It doesn't have a symbolic meaning. Sometimes a relationship is just a classroom. And you know what you're supposed to do in that classroom? Get the information about yourself, not about the partner. Get the information about yourself, pass your self-examination, and then graduate or pass that class. Not all relationships are for love, but the love relationships are the one that have the ability to heal themselves from within. You can't heal what you don't love. 1-800-920-1580. Get to me now. Get to me now. I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all. I see the phone lines are cracking. I want to talk to you. But before I talk to you, let me go back to Matthew chapter 8, verse 23 through 27. I'm not religious, but I understand the metaphor. Do you understand? I'm not religious, but I understand the metaphor here. Now listen very carefully. And when he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great storm on the sea. Do not storms arise in your life? Arise in your relationships, arise in your bank account, arise in your family. Do not the storms of sickness, do not the storms of setbacks, do not the storms of disappointment, do not the storms of anger, frustration, a sense of stuckness. Do not these storms visit our life just like the storms we have every year? We got storm season all over the country. Storms stay coming, as they say. And behold, there arose a great storm on the sea. So that boat was being swamped by the waves. Or as T.D. Jakes would say, the boat was being swallowed. The boat was being swallowed. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Right? Now listen to this. But he was asleep. And they went and woke him, saying, Save us, Lord, we are perishing. And he said to them, listen to the next line. This is why I say the most important words in the New Testament are the red ones now. The most important words in the New Testament are the red ones. And he said to them, Why are you afraid, O ye of little faith? Was he at peace in the storm? Was he at peace in the storm? Can you see the difference between peace and quiet? He sleep, they're afraid, they wake him up, and he says, Why are you afraid, O ye of little faith? Then he arose, listen, and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. And the men marveled, saying, What sort of man is this, that even winds and sea obey him? Can I tell you that turmoil obeys peace? Can I tell you that frustration and difficulties obey peace? And I know a lot of people don't want to see it that way. They don't want to see it that way. So let me say it the way Pema Chondron would say. Pema Chondron. This is how she would say it. Peace isn't an experience free of challenges, free of rough and smooth. It's an experience that's expansive enough to include all that arises without feeling threatened. When I come forward, the voice of reason, going back to the phone lines, get on your line. I want to talk to you about peace.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Climate is king.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that caring for the community means caring about the climate. You might have heard that we announced a pretty bold 12-month, $2 million campaign to do 4 things. Increase climate literacy, turn up the volume on communities of color in the climate conversation, connect everyday people with the resources they need to survive and thrive, and highlight frontline climate justice crusaders of color throughout this year. KBLA Talk 1580 will be bringing you insightful interviews on all of our shows to help raise your climate IQ. Each quarter this year, we will also be hosting free climate events in various communities throughout the city with food, fun, and forward-thinking conversations. Thanks to partners like LADWP, Metro, Caltrans, the Sierra Club, the California Community Foundation, the California Endowment, AQMD, MWD, and more. You'll also be hearing more about a couple of national town halls broadcasting live from Los Angeles, to which you will be invited. And we'll be rolling out a robust social media campaign on all our platforms, as well as an outdoor media campaign, all designed to educate, enlighten, and empower you in our fight for climate justice.
We want cleaner air.
Caring about the community means caring about the climate. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe that we really can change the world if we care enough. Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 climate justice campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, Rakim, what's up? Yo, I'm doing the knowledge, E, man. I'm trying to get paid in full. Well, check this out. Since Norby Walters is our agency, right? True. Kara Lewis is our agent. Word up. Zakia and 4th and Broadway is our record company. Indeed. Okay, so who we rolling with then? We rolling with Rush, our Rushtown Management. So check this out. Since we talking over this deaf beat right here that I put together, I want to hear some of them deaf rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And together, we can get paid in full. Thinking of a master plan. This ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent. So I get deeper, but still coming up with lint. So I start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up, this is a hole-up. Ain't nothing funny, stop smiling. We still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place. Cause man,
if you ain't recognized our featured artist tonight is Eric B. and Rakim. Come on, man. Hip hop is 50 years old. This is the God MC, and we got to give him his propers. Rakim, hit the studio because I'm paid in full. Man, the playlist tonight is crazy. Listen, the voice of reason, we on complete fire tonight. We on complete fire tonight. I want you guys to understand something. It is par for the course to be challenged in relationships. Now, I'm going to say something that might be considered controversial. Number one, I believe we all emotionally abuse each other to some degree, right? I believe most of us have narcissistic tendencies. I'm not saying that we are clinically diagnosable as NPD, narcissistic personality disorders, but I believe a lot of us got wounds. A lot of us have attachment wounds. So that means we have to learn how to be in humanity with human beings, right? We have to learn how to be in a relationship with human beings. Now, we can't do that if we don't take the responsibility of lack of self-awareness, lack of personal accountability, right? If we don't do these things, how can we ourselves get better in relationships? It's very difficult, right? Listen to Krishnamurti. When we suffer, we have made it into a personal affair. We shut out all the suffering of mankind. My pain trumps your pain. I'm in my sympathetic nervous system right now. I'm in my fight or flight mode right now. And because I'm here, nobody else matters. Listen to that. When we suffer, we have made it into a personal affair. We shut out the suffering of mankind. In other words, we lack empathy. And who lacks empathy? Narcissists. A narcissist lacks empathy. Tomorrow's show, cold empathy, i.e., cognitive empathy. I'm going to get back on my narcissism talk tomorrow because I want to explain it. See, a narcissist knows how to pantomime empathy. They don't really feel it. They don't feel what you feel. But they can sense through body language, they understand that you're feeling something, and they now know how to mirror it. It's called cold empathy or cognitive empathy. Are you listening? See, in order to get back to a place of balance and peace in our relationships, we got to tell the storm inside of us to sit down and shut up. The storm should not be allowed to speak for you. See, you project your storm onto your partner through blame shifting. I would be happy if you would have, had you done this in this amount of time. Do you understand? Listen. Most of us, as we grow older, we become frightened. We are afraid of living, afraid of losing a job, afraid of tradition, afraid of the neighbors, afraid of what the wife or husband would say, afraid of death. Most of us have fear in one form or another, and there is fear, and where there is fear, there is no intelligence. Krishnamurti. I got callers on the line. I know y'all want to talk, and I want to talk to you. JW, South Central Los Angeles. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts tonight, man?
I beg your pardon?
I said, what are your thoughts tonight on our show?
Oh, man, real profound, man. I just hate that I catch things, if I'm in progress of doing other activities, and I have to tie it in. But I pretty much got the message, man. And you're a master teacher, bruh. And what surprises me, how I always seem like I'm repeating the same comments, and I believe they may be for me. When you mention about fight or flight, I'm this thinking to myself, and I'm relating just having thoughts of my past in terms of history when I was younger, and I always had that 3-second rule. That first second analyze, third second decide what I'm doing, second decide what I'm doing, and third second to act. But the point is this, man. That piece, I equate that to joy, and the expression, the world didn't give it, the world can't take it away, in terms of Jesus Christ in our boat and having our confidence in our faith, and that being religious but having a relationship and knowing who you are. Because I've been through so many trauma things, man, and I know it still affects me. That's why I always mention that trestle board or that chart board. And that's why I always say life lessons. And that's why I always say you learn something new every day. And I'm going to back it up a little bit. You made me think about something else, though. I forgot the comment you made, but it made me think about, I always tell people that I would make an analysis that they are that type of person. And I say, oh, you all right. The world's all wrong.
Hey, J-Dub, man, I appreciate that.
Yes,
we gotta push forward, but thank you for bringing
Yes,
South
sir.
Central LA in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We on fire tonight. We are on fire tonight. I got Hawaii, I got Mississippi, and calls are rolling in. When we come forward, back to the phone lines.
I go to mine, because my girl is definitely mad because it took us too long to do this album. Yo, I hear what you're saying. So let's just pump the music up and count our money. Yo, but check this out. Yo, Eli, turn the bass down and just let the beat keep on rocking. And we out of here. Yo, what happened to peace? Peace.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New York City Mayor Eric Adams isn't saying a whole lot following last week's FBI raid of a top aide. Last Thursday, the FBI visited 2 Bronx homes of Winnie Greco, a former fundraiser for Adams, who is now his director of Asian Affairs. Adams, who is black, says he can't answer the question when asked why he thinks the feds are investigating his aides. The top lawyer for the Adams administration says there's been no indication the mayor is the target of any investigation. The Reverend Al Sharpton is in Memphis today giving the eulogy for a Shelby County jail inmate who died after what was labeled severe neglect and body insect infestations. 42-year-old Ramon McGee was taken to the hospital in January after being found unresponsive in his cell. Other inmates who died at the facility will be eulogized by Sharpton as well. The families of the inmates who filed lawsuits are being represented by Black civil rights attorney Ben Crump. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
NexGard Plus, Afoxalon or Moxidectin and Pyrantel chewable tablets, is the one you want for your dog's monthly protection. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your veterinarian about NexGard Plus Chews today.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
LADWP is proud to partner with KBLA to share with you how to start the new year without bill worries. We're here to help if you're behind on your bill or need help staying current. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to set predictable monthly payments throughout the year, including for past due amounts. You can also check out the special extended pay arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. If you're a senior or income qualified, you may be eligible for Easy Save to receive discounts and also qualify for free and discounted energy and water saving devices. You can get up to $15,000 for past due water and or sewer bills and up to $3,000 for electric bills. But you gotta act fast, funding is limited. You can reduce your past due bills and kick off the year right, because here at LADWP, we're here to help. Visit ladwp.com/cares today and find out more.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment through the arts. Tia Chucha Central Cultural is on a mission to transform community in the Northeast San Fernando Valley and beyond through ancestral knowledge, the arts, literacy, and creative engagement. The Northeast San Fernando Valley has a population of about 500,000, the size of the city of Oakland, yet it has no bookstores, art galleries, or full-fledged cultural spaces until Tia Chucha's opened its doors in 2001. Founded by renowned poet and activist Luis Rodriguez, Tia Chucha's Cultural Center provides a year-round free or low-cost arts and literacy bilingual intergenerational programming in mural painting, music, dance, writing, visual arts, healing art sessions, and healing talking circles. Activities also include Mexica, Aztec dance, indigenous cosmology, philosophy, and 2 weekly open mic nights, one in Spanish, the other in English. In addition, they host author readings, film screenings, and art exhibits. To express yourself, heal yourself, attend an event, or volunteer, please visit www.tiachucha.org. That's TIACHUCHA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties. Classic, cage-free, and organic. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, services and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice to breeze
If you want to start over in your relationship and get it feeling like new again, then you've got to put in some effort. Just letting things slide guarantees that it'll end up in the trash with last night's TV dinner. If you still love and respect each other, then there's plenty worth saving, as long as you realise that you both may need to move out of your probably not at this point so comfortable zone and into new territory. The first thing you should do is take some time apart. No, wait, I don't mean take a break, as in you're allowed to pass to see if you want to be single again. Hell no. This is about calming down, giving your emotions the breathing space they deserve, and just spending a bit of time away from each other to gather your thoughts. If each one of you can take some time and think about your relationship goals and figure out the stuff that's been passing you off, then maybe you can see a clearer path to how you can change things for the better. Hopefully, after a few days or a week of being incommunicado with each other, then you'll be missing each other like crazy and ready to move on to the next step, which is discussing the way you each feel. I'm not going to lie, but this is definitely one of the hardest. Discussing your feelings, your frustrations, and your hurt without turning it into an argument where you both lay blame at each other's feet is tough, but it's got to be done. So how can you do that? For starters, try to use I statements as much as possible. Talk about how you feel about what you think, rather than what they do and how they make you feel. For example, I feel disrespected by the lack of consideration when you stay out late after work without asking if that's okay with me. This sounds a whole lot better than you are so disrespectful when you go out drinking with your work friends without even bothering to ask whether if I'm okay with that. Using I statements will make your partner less defensive and more accepting of the points you are making. Secondly, to help each of you see each other's perspective, try to pretend like you're having this conversation with a friend. So your friend is talking about their partner, not about you. Maybe this will help you see things more clearly, and then you can think about what advice you might give to this friend. Don't forget, this isn't the vagina monologue. Take it in turns to speak and don't interrupt each other. Better yet, write your points down on a piece of paper and then hand them to each other at the end.
Woo-wee! Man, I'm so excited about tonight. This topic makes me feel good, man. From fight or flight to relationship bliss. We talking about it tonight. We are talking about it tonight. Whew, here we go. We got so many callers on the line. I want to get them in. But before I do, I want you to hear something. Sometimes we're so focused on empowering a negative feeling. What do I mean by empowering a negative feeling? Sometimes when a negative emotion arises, we fight it by trying to get away from it. Pima Chodron, taking the leap, freeing ourselves from old habits and fears. Listen to what she says here. The lifespan of any particular emotion is only 1.5 minutes. After that, we have to retrieve the emotion and get it going again. Listen! Listen, did I read that properly? Did you hear what I said? The lifespan of any particular emotion is only 1.5 minutes. After that, we have to retrieve the emotion and get it going again. Now, if you could do that with feelings of unforgiveness, right? If you could get that with feelings of I got played, with feelings of how dare you, you played in my face, you disrespectful. If you can feed, you got to go back and retrieve those in order to keep them alive. But the same is true of the love if you have it. And I don't believe love is an emotion. I believe love is a level of consciousness that is synonymous with God. So boom, let me focus on the God within our situation. Not the emotion of the infraction that came from the infraction. We're going to make infractions daily. There are going to be those. But if you want to stay on the parasympathetic nervous system side, you got to stay tapped in with God. You got to stay tapped in with God, i.e. love. Do you know how blessed you are to have love with another person? How could you have love and not tap into love when you hit that rocky storm? When your internal storms start to come out? I don't know if you're listening this evening. Let me get my callers in here. John, Mountain View, Hawaii, we in here tonight.
Yeah, we're in here, and it's very deep. If I could understand the message correctly, I'm standing on a boat with Jesus, the one who loves my soul, and I'm scared of the storm that is a reflection of the response that I give the storm.
Keep going.
If you're looking at the storm, you're going to reflect exactly what the storm is.
Ooh, come on. Keep going, sir.
But at the same time, as it was stated earlier in this paragraph, in this phrase of life, that storm, that blessing, that love, the very same one standing in the boat with you, the very same one who gave his portion of that to you.
Wait a minute, John. Hold on. Don't do this right now, John. Don't do this. What you saying? You saying the men upstairs on the deck of the boat, they got love with them in the personage of Jesus. They've got higher consciousness with them, and they're not focused on him. They're focused on the storm. Is that what you're telling me, John?
Well, let me say it a different way then. Everybody who thinks God is outside of them is thinking wrong. God is you. You are God. The spirit of the God that is in you for allowing you to have these emotions, these feelings, and this lesson itself. The nether and the solid are the same. Because you are a vapor, breathing light. But you are also a human being. Slap your own behind if you don't understand.
I love it, brother. I love it, man. Keep cooking. You got some more? Come on.
But at the same time, the very same storm outside of you, that is the reflection of everything within your heart, showing you the fear, showing you the anxiety, showing you the test and trial that you're supposed to be passing. You're supposed to adapt the storm and go after everything outside of you, just like the storm do, without fear.
I love it, brother. I love it. Guess what you just did, Brother John?
Well, you got me at work, but nonetheless, Mountain View is in the house.
Mountain View is in the house. Listen, when we come forward, you already know. You already know. This is a topic that was made for her. Lord have mercy. Put your bib on. Pull up to your TV tray. Come on, man. You already know. Nikki from the SIP. Here we go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Have you fallen behind on your water and power bill? LADWP has made paying your past due bills even easier. Sign up anytime online for Level Pay to get set monthly bills that include past due amounts. Or check out the special extended payment arrangements of up to 48 months to help pay down your bill. Visit ladwp.com/cares and sign up today. That's ladwp.com/cares.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying Black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're looking for the most epic place on Earth, let's start at the base of a massive waterfall. Then trek through the thick jungle. Then climb to the peak of a snowy mountaintop. Then once you get there, keep going. Because with intelligent 4x4 and 7 drive modes and a Nissan Pathfinder, the search is the real adventure.
Available feature. Intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done and make sure it's broke. When I'm gone, no one gets on, cause I won't let nobody press up and mess up the scene I set. I like to stand in the crowd and watch the people wonder, damn. But think about it, then you understand. I'm just an addict, addicted to music. Maybe it's a habit, I gotta use it. Even if it's jazz or the quiet storm, I hook a beat up, convert it into hip-hop form. Write a rhyme and graffiti in every show you see me in. Deep concentration, cause I'm
Ladies and gentlemen,
if you wanna be tame,
my playlist has been absolutely bonkers tonight. Legendary Rakim. I ain't no joke. Tonight's show ain't been no joke. Oh, but it gets even better. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we got to get our final caller in the building. Y'all know who she is. Nikki from the SIP joins the conversation.
I stood on the banks of Jordan one day. I had to see ships stood on the banks of Jordan. Yes, I did.
Yeah. Hey. Nikki from the SIP, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Brothers Zoe and the fam. Slappers are us is on fire.
Talk to us tonight, Nikki. Take us home.
John G. said she passed for you. Because he was hitting, just banging, banging. But I'll use your illustration. If the trials we go through are the choppy waters, have a conversation with you, yourself, and I Incorporated, and just remind yourself, why am I tripping? Jesus is on my boat. He's in you. He's got your 12, your 6, your 9, your 3, all the numbers. He already knows how this thing gonna go. He is not surprised. We know that our only work is to believe him. I think, food for thought, our fear comes from the flesh part of us that may in doubt or may be in doubt that he will come for us, rescue us, provide us with what it is our heart desires. And that fear takes over. To be in peace, you talked about reaching equilibrium. That would suggest to me that there's sort of a vacillating back and forth between being in it and being out of it. I like to think we have to get enough of him, source, God, Buddha, whatever works for you, enough of that in us so that we can stay in a state of peace. And we can have that conversation with ourselves and say, wait a minute, Jesus is in my boat. Why am I tripping? I'm going to win this thing however it's going to go. Because he's in my boat. Now, some people like to say Jesus rides shotgun. I like for him to drive. Right. Then I can't mess it up. See, if I get me involved, I'm in trouble. Right. See, now I'm sinking in the water instead of walking on it. And to cultivate that place of peace when we're being challenged, because the relationship challenges are like that choppy water. And sometimes we just need to say, self, Jesus is in this boat. Not what the other person is doing, because they're going to do what they do. But I got to stay in him enough, in universe enough, in Buddha enough, and whatever it is that works for you enough, so that I don't get out of peace, so that it doesn't knock me off my square when the choppy water comes. Or, as Jesus has told me in many a trial, go to bed.
I'm listening. Come on.
If I can't fix it, it's a nacho. I'm going to take it and drop it off and give it to him. Many years ago, a therapist I know gave me an exercise. And, there's a spiritual that says, bring all your burdens to the altar and leave it there. But we have trouble with that, so we pick it back up and take it with us. So I made a box. And I literally write down what I'm struggling carrying, and I put it in that box. I still have that box to this day because sometimes I have to go back to it. Because I needed a physical representation of that, what we just said. As soon as I write it down and put it in that box, then I feel like my equilibrium is returning. Because I'm getting that thing that I can't carry is too big for me. I ain't supposed to carry it no way because this belongs to Jesus. I need to put it in that box. Because I'm not doing a good job letting it go. And he can't pick it up till I let it go. So he's sitting in the boat with the choppy going, is it my turn? Can I drive now?
Right.
Or are we going to keep getting wet? What are we going to do?
Oh, my God.
Oh, you going to let me have it? Okay. And then everything will be still.
Nikki, I love you. Do we love Nikki or no? Man, Nikki, do you know what you just did?
I brought us all in the building.
Come on, Mississippi in the building because of Nikki. Nikki out here cooking. So let me button it up. Krishnamurti. There is an efficiency inspired by love which goes beyond and is much greater than the efficiency of ambition. And without love, which brings an integrated understanding of life, efficiency breeds ruthlessness. Is this not what is actually taking place all over the world? Our present education is geared to industrialization and war, its principal aim being to develop efficiency. And we are caught in this machine of ruthless competition and mutual destruction. If education leads to war, if it teaches us to destroy or be destroyed, has it not utterly failed? We get efficient when our wounds are saying, this ain't what I'm a stand for. See, you don't understand. Your wound called in its remedy. No, but your wound wants to manage it. Your wound wants to say, no. Give me what I want, not what I need, in order to no longer have importance in this spirit's life. Listen, I started the conversation. You finish it. Up next, the fire continues. My girl, your girl, our girl, RSVP with Jill Monroe.
Cause I don't get upset. I kick a hole in the speaker, pull a plug, then I jet. Back to the lab without a mic to grab. So then I add all the rhymes I had, one after the other one. Then I make another one to diss the opposite, then ask if the brother's done. I get a craving like I fiend for nicotine, but I don't need a cigarette. Know what I mean? I'm raging, ripping up the stage, and don't it sound amazing? Cause every rhyme is made and thought of, cause it's sort of an addiction.